Now then, good morning. This is morning 3. We've come into the garage to access my tool store to get some of the filler, body filler and stuff. Tractors in here as well, look. A bit dark in here. Alright, we'll come to the tool store. Now then, of course you can see something in here. Lots of cobwebs. Right, there we are. So this is where I've kept my tools and bits for different vehicles. MG bits on here, more MG bits, more MG bits, filters, books, special tools, things like fuel additives, spare parts for the vehicles, tractor and trailer, J5, I haven't got a J5 now. Oh, camping car, yeah, that's right. Merco, it's gone. Peugeot 806, that's gone. Those are brake parts, brake bleeding gadgets. And then here, fluids, paints, cleaners, polishes, brake cleaners, brake fluid, all kinds of stuff, underbody seal, more tools here, bulbs, spray gun, welding mask, special bits and bobs, pullers. Oh, some PTFE tape here. Oh, I didn't know I got that. Bit short of PTFE tape. Right, we'll collar that. Now over here, body repair, fiberglass. Okay, I'll have that out. I think I have to switch you off while I take that out. There's a little small welder in there. Special tools, impact sockets. Right, I'll switch you off while I get this out, down to where the boat is. Okay, how far have we got so far today? Now, I've found some body filler, and so I've been down the edge of place I showed you yesterday, where the bit of separation and some rot in 3 places. I've used the body filler for that. I've used some body filler in these gaps in here. There isn't a lot of it. One tin was completely gone rotten. There's not usable at all. I've used some to fill in these gaps here, but there's still a line of wood here where the plywood joins the keel of the boat, and it could do with something extra in there to ensure that it's watertight. So I'm going to run some fiberglass tape, this stuff, some fiberglass fabric and some liquid resin along that edge there, a bit along here because there's nothing there, and put some resin in these, take some screws out, some more screws to come out here, and then run some resin in the holes and just along that edge, so that it's and then when it's all sanded down, it'll be smooth and level. It won't look too bad. Although it's the underneath, of course. Right, just take a few more screws out. I've been holding this in. Way. No, it hasn't budged. Don't forget, we're not after making a perfect, completely rebuilt mooring. This is going to become a usable motorboat, but it'll still be able to sail. We've not filled in the daggerboard gap. We've still got the rudder pintles and everything. We're just making it stronger in case it hits another brick or stones in the river. Yeah, so generally making it stronger and more usable. As it is, it had a hole in it. It was unusable, so we're going to make it more usable. Right, we'll mix up some resin. I have got plenty of resin here and some hardener. It's local stuff. I've used that for something in the past. So I'll just cut a couple more bits of this, so and I know I've got enough of it, because the resin will soon start going off. And then there's a line needs to go in here with some resin and fabric on top. Got some new gloves. They're black ones this time. They came, that's, you know, Amazon. A lot of people call Amazon, but I use it a lot because they come next day. And I ordered these, and I not everything's next day, but a lot of stuff is. Sometimes you can buy cheaper locally, but on the whole, you know, I'm pleased with it. Amazon service here is very good. Oh, and these gloves are on special offer. There's €10 for 2 packs of 100. That's 200 gloves for €10. Special offer. When I was looking them up, and I got 5 minutes to make a decision, and yeah, worth having. Can you hear the birds? I think they're complaining because I'm here. There's some pigeons in this tree just above me, and there's something else just over here making a racket. Now then, how much to what? Oh, it's gone hard. What a mess. That's the end of that. Look at this inside. Didn't use it fast enough. That's a right mess, isn't it? It's not usable, so that's the end of that. So what do you think of something else? I'm off to see what else I've got in stock. Right, that's it for boat work today, third morning. Couldn't find any more filler. What I've got is some brickwork filler. Let's see how it does. Filled in the holes. I'll put a line of it along there. Filled in the screw holes. Just a few bit of screw holes. And then I've been around the house filling in some cracks in the brickwork with it. It's supposed to be weatherproof, so, and it hasn't dried yet. We'll see. So that's all there is in stock. I think it'll tidy up and sand down and look reasonable. Then we're going to find some paint for it. Okay, that's it for the moment. We're going to do some gardening now. Aha, now then. Another morning. A few days have passed, but in the meantime I'd got the opportunity to splash a bit of white undercoat on, and here we are. So it's got some, I sanded it down again. It's got some white undercoat on, thick white primer undercoat actually, so that it's filled in some of the gaps and holes and whatever. It looks a bit more presentable now, doesn't it? So now the next job, I've no more of that left. It's what I've got in stock. It's one of those things, you know, the project has to be done without spending any extra money. What we've got in stock. So there we are. It's got, it's had the wood filler in the bits of rotted areas. I dried them out if they weren't quite dry. I had a hair dryer heat gun thing on them, and it isn't super, but it isn't supposed to be pristine. It's to use it. We want to get it practically usable. So now next job is to try and put some top coat on it, and Ruth put the washing out. So I'd got a spray gun here. I was going to use that, but there's a fair bit of wind today as well, and I just daren't risk it. I should get really shot if she found bits of very fine white paint on her washing. She's coming back. So that's it for the minute. Paint we're going to use is some, again, I've got it in stock. I've had it a year or two. It's something I bought from Aldi. You know, when they get the reductions and the stuff's been in stock a while, they reduce it even more. So there's a couple of things in this. This is supposedly the darker colour. It's sort of a dark cream colour. We'll see what it comes out like. Another thing, it's one of these modern water-based paints. Clean your brushes in water, whatever. But it's supposed to dry quickly. Anyway, we'll see. Ruth's used some water-based paint on a rabbit in the garden and it keeps getting washed off. So we'll see how long this lasts, but there we are, it's there and it isn't going to cost us anything because it's something we've got in stock. I found out why these Amazon gloves were cheap. They've all come out of the pack at the same time. Got a great big wad of them. €10, that wasn't bad for 100 gloves. I just had to put them back in the pack before I need them. 1, 2 gloves, right. Half an hour to lunchtime, so I'm hoping I've got enough time to put a coat on the bottom of the hull, both sides. It's not a bad colour actually, it's sort of a beigey grey colour. It's going to need more than one coat though to look anything like. Maybe I can spray the second coat when she's taking the washing in. If this dries well enough, it might be, dries quick enough, it might be possible to put another coat on this afternoon. Got to be careful not to get runs, as I've told you before. She says I'm the only person she knows who can get runs in knot and drip paint. So we shall see. This is definitely a bit thinner than the undercoat I used. The undercoat primer is quite thick. It took a lot of putting on, but it did fill in a lot of the gaps and things. It's wood filler, well, primer, wood primer. Good, quite good stuff. Again, I only got half a tin of it. And on this side, it's got ordinary exterior white undercoat. Again, what we had in stock. We're using up the old tins, which is a lot easier to put on than that undercoat stuff. So Alan's coming on Tuesday morning, and I'd like to get this finished so we can use it. The thing is, reasonably, we can get 3 adults in it easily, and room to spare. The electric motor should push it. It pushes a rubber boat quite fast, so it should be right for this. Anyway, it's worth a try. I had a 1.5 horsepower little Yamaha 2-stroke on this, and it would push it with 3 people in it against the current in the middle of the river. Anyway, like a lot of engines, it's conked. I get fed up with trying to start engines, you know, and pulling strings, and anyway I've relented and I've decided to buy a petrol mower. I'm just going to move this up a little bit and I can talk to you as I'm walking along. There we are. Tell you a bit about the mower. I've got one of those electric mowers, you know, a big one. It costs quite a lot of money, because again I got fed up of pulling strings and the mower won't work and trying to get the damn thing to start and taking carburetors to bits, and so I relented and bought this electric mower. It's the bee's knees, it really is. It's a cracking thing, self-propelled, big basket, wide cut, but the batteries don't last long. It came with one battery and I bought another one, but not knowing a lot about these things, the battery I bought was too small. The ampere hour was too small. I think it's only 2 or 3 or something, whereas the one it came with was 5, is it? Could it be anyway? So it doesn't last 5 minutes, and then the charging of them, a bit hit and miss. The charging is eco power or something. Anyway, I'll look it up before I do the video. But the oh yeah, this is going on a treat. So yeah, so the charging of them is a bit hit and miss. If you're not careful, you can send the battery a bit wonky, which isn't a good thing. Anyway, I've got like the original battery that will last me for about 10 minutes, and the garden is big. I mean, the mower needs to be running for an hour every time I use it. So in that case, but I looked up to try and buy a new battery. The battery I wanted, an additional one of 7 ampere hour to give me plenty of capacity, €500. I joke not. €500 for a battery. That's just the battery. So I weighed up pros and cons and everything else, and the other thing is now the mower is plastic. It's good, strong, but I've knocked a hole in the base. hit something with a blade and it's knocked a hole in the inside. You know, the blades go around and there's a hole there, so I've got to repair that with some fiberglass, except for used all the fiberglass on this, so it needs repairing because it gets filled up with rubbish. And so that helped persuade me to buy a new mower. I have got a 3-wheel mower. I've had one quite a long time. It's got 3 wheels, 1 wheel at the front. Will that sit there? No, it won't. 1 wheel at the front and 2 wheels at the back, driving wheels. And it's got a good cut and it's very manoeuvrable. The thing, you know, go around corners, round trees and bushes and that kind of thing. But like all good motors, it won't go. It's been stood for, last year I didn't use it because I was in hospital. I didn't do much mowing last year. And this year it won't go. And I've had it as much as I can in bits. But the mowers, you know, with petrol driven mowers, they've got a flywheel and the spark is generated off the flywheel going round past a jiggly thing, and there's something wrong with that. It won't spark. So and the thing is getting past its best, so I decided to buy another one, 3-wheel one, but this time there was one available with an electric start. I'm not quite sure how they do that. Anyway, it's about 50 or 60 euros extra for an electric start. Yeah, about 60 euros extra. I thought, blimey, you know, that's got to be worth it, especially at my age. Anything to make life a bit easier, it has to be worth it. So I ordered it, and it's nearly a fortnight ago. I ordered it from a mail order company, Mano. It's a big mail order company here in France. Reputable. Anyway, fortnight's gone by, it hasn't come yet. So I'm going to be chasing that up. Because in the meantime, because things are growing. And, you know, I need to get the mower out and working around the raspberries and all kinds of other things to catch up. Hey up. So here we are, another thing sent to try. So I've done the top, 1 coat. I'm going down this side now. So easy to put on. I would have been messing about with the sprayer, because cleaning it up and everything, and by the time I got it all going, I'll have finished half of it with a brush. And I'm going to move you so you can watch my ugly mug while I'm painting the other side. The inside of this boat is a real mess, I tell you. It's a real mess. It's going to take some sorting too. Even if you just tidy it up to use it, but I don't think it'll get painted on the inside. It's too messy. The tidying up's going to take a while. Move you around because I'm just about at the end of this side. Tiny little bit here to finish off. Big patch on this corner. I was astounded how well this stuck. You know, this side is what had that. What do you call it? 2-pack stuff, and I hadn't got any filler, so and it was very runny. So I put that sawdust in it, and it half stuck well. Epoxy, that's it. Oh, I think I've used about a quarter of it. We're filling in the screw holes as well. Where the screws have sunk in, give me a good splather of paint. Looks quite good. It is drying quickly. There we are. I hope I'm in the picture. I should be at that. Yeah, so just down this side, I've done half of it. Didn't work out how long that took. Not long though. Be a devil if this thing let water in after I've done all this, you know. I will be very annoyed. So it's a mirror dinghy. For those of you that didn't watch the earlier episodes, it's an old mirror dinghy. I didn't pay a lot of money for it. I bought it when we first moved here, when I started my retirement. I bought it in 2008, largely because it had a decent trailer. Got all the gear with it, all the sails, masts, the mast and everything with it. I only sailed it once because here the current in the river is quite strong. And you have to be careful. You can get back, you know, if the wind is only in one direction or something. And it's not like English rivers where what I was used to anyway, Lincolnshire, where the rivers just dooled along, you know, and there wasn't much current at all. Here, the current in the Loire at the moment is about 8 or 9 knots. Well, on a good day with a good sailing boat, you'd have a job, you know, working against that. So there are limited places you can use a sailing boat. In Saumur there's a sailing club, and it's wide there, and so where it's got very wide, the current isn't so strong, obviously, and so they can cope with that. They use fairly flat bottom boats, and not a very sophisticated centreboard system. A slide up centreboard, because you know, one that tilts, which this one hasn't got, as I explained earlier. Mirror dinghies have a dagger board, which you just drop down, and once you hit something with it, you stop, dead, kaput. That's it. Kaput. Well, you stop anyway. Everything falls out, which isn't very conducive to enjoying your sailing. I'll switch it off now, and then I haven't got to edit too much. Now then, that was the end of day 3, was it? Morning 3, or not full days because I only work in the mornings, and then do this in the afternoons. So what we got the bottom painted, yeah, okay, and eventually I put 3 or maybe even 4 coats on it. We didn't record that because it's not terribly interesting. So then Alan was coming, and the next episodes, you won't believe the change. Okay, I told you the inside is a right mess, it is, and you'll see that in the next episode, but then you see what we did to it. So thanks for watching so far, and if you like it, please give us a like. Subscribe to the channel, that's marvellous. We've had some more subscribers this last week, brilliant. Subscribe to the channel, give us a like and share it with your friends, so it helps the channel to grow. Thanks for being with us, and until the next time, cheerio.